F1 movie review. Let's get right into this. So earlier today I watched F1 and I loved it. Honestly, I absolutely loved it. It's probably one of my favorite movies of the year, if not my favorite. It's definitely in the top three. I'm still thinking about it, but man, after just throughout watching the movie, I can't even like describe the emotions I was feeling. I was so happy. There were so many times where I'm like, come on, like it's just like the story is really good. The story is really good. I don't get the people are saying the story's like basic or whatever. I don't know. I thought the story was pretty good. I thought it was pretty different, at least compared to what I've seen. But the premise, I guess, the overlying, like if you were to sum up the story, still like kind of like underdog type thing, which I get that's done before. But the actual like, I guess the events that happen in the story leading up to the big thing, the spoiler. By the way, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna talk about spoilers, but leading up to the winning in the number one, or like win the championship, whatever you want to call it, winning the race. That was the way we led up to that. I felt like it was done very well, and it was unique in my opinion from what I've personally seen. And it was, I don't know, I feel like it worked so well. I feel like I kind of resonate with it. Obviously, I'm not a champ, in any sort of way, but it's worked well for me. I feel like I connected with it. It was, I guess the challenges and the struggles you can take into your own life and connect to them, relate to in that way. So it was definitely, there's a lot of relatability in this movie, which is one of the strong like traits of it, which is why I personally liked it quite a bit. But before we even get into like anything else, first thing I gotta say is I was lucky enough, I was fortunate enough to be able to watch this in IMAX. I knew kind of going into this, I'm like, I gotta watch an IMAX. Like I was kind of saying earlier, my expectations for this movie, were to just pretty much watch Top Gun Maverick, but in Formula One in like a racing type of format, because we know the same director for Top Gun Maverick is the director of F1, vice versa, and that's Joseph Kosinski. Hope I said his name right. I probably said his last name wrong. My fault. But yeah, he absolutely killed it. Like he went crazy here, and that's what I was kind of expecting. That's what I was expecting for him to go crazy, and he did. And one of the main things about his movies, at least from these two particular ones, and Top Gun Maverick especially, why I was excited about it, I'm like, the editing in the movies, they're very good, very fast paced, and for F1 especially that works, because you're speeding in those, you're speeding in the vehicles, Formula One like cars, I don't know, race cars, I don't even know what to call them. Okay, I'm very inexperienced, as you can tell. I'm not, Formula One's yeah, I'm not a pro in that. Okay, yeah, I don't really know anything about it, to be honest. But yeah, the editing was absolutely great. I know they had like, I think they said like, I think Joseph said yeah, like 16 cameras in like actually attached in the car, or the race car. Okay, the actual vehicle itself. That's absolutely insane. Because you can tell I don't even want to think about it. Imagine like just looking at the timeline, the Premiere Pro timeline, the editing on there, the whole editing process. This is gonna be absolutely filled. They have to go through all the different footage. It's insane, but it's worth it. The fast cuts, like that's what it's about for this. It just works perfectly for the movie. So the editing is top tier, and that really helps the movie quite a bit. And that's what I wanted. And I guess the next thing, yeah, like I said, IMAX. I watched an IMAX. You have to watch an IMAX. Like I'm gonna be honest, you have to watch an IMAX. Like it makes it so much more better. Just the sound, right? The sound goes absolutely crazy. What else? Also the visual itself, like just absolutely A1. But I get it. First of all, like yeah, IMAX it's not everywhere, and also, bro, it's pretty expensive to go to the movies nowadays, especially even on top of it going to IMAX. That's even more. So yeah, I was just fortunate enough to go. But I get it, everyone can't go. But if you're able to go though, yeah, go do it. Go watch an IMAX. But if you can't, it's all good. Regardless of what you watch it in, the movie's still gonna hit. Okay, the movie's still gonna hit. Like, yeah, it's still gonna be hella good. It's too good. And I guess we'll go into. There's a lot to talk about, honestly. I guess another thing I'll say before even going into it even deeper is that the movie's friendly to newcomers. So like I said, I literally don't know anything about F1 besides like the basics that everyone knows. Like obviously they need to eventually like repair their cars, kind of that type of stuff. They're racing, obviously, like just the most like generic type of common sense stuff you can think of, like that. Okay, just the common knowledge stuff. But I don't know any of the nuances, any of the stuff like that. But they make the movie very friendly. Like you don't need to know the rules, you don't need to know the ins and outs of F1, how it works. Okay, but if you do, this movie will your opinion of the movie might change. Because as someone that doesn't know F1, I love the movie quite a bit. But I know that people who like understand like Formula One, who actually watch it, like it's like their favorite sport, they watch religiously and stuff. I've seen a lot of them say that the movie is it's not realistic, and I kind of get what they're saying. But then again, you got to remember this movie's for entertainment, so they're obviously gonna make things like some things are gonna be unrealistic. It's not gonna be like grounded like how you would expect to be in real life. But I don't know, I feel like it's kind of weird because the whole purpose that I don't know if you know, but Lewis Hamilton was also a producer on this movie, and he was also involved in the movie itself, like actually in it. He had a role, obviously, as a a racer in it, but yeah, he was a producer on it, and he was just helping, like giving his knowledge, like his expertise, as he's like, was he not like, I don't know if he is now, but was he not like the best like Formula One driver at one point? I don't know if he still is. Maybe he still is. I don't know. Like, is he not like one of the GOATs or something? That's what the kind of the way from someone like on the outside. It's kind of what I understand it as. But yeah, he was a producer on the movie and in it. Yeah, he was there providing expertise, and there were certain sequences that they had in the movie that they had to alter because it was like, no, this is not gonna work. This is not how it'd be in real life. Obviously, it's not gonna be a 1-to-1. It's not everything's gonna be like how it would be in real life. Okay, you can't. That's crazy. It's crazy because you still need to make the movie entertaining, which is the main thing. You still need to be entertaining, and it's so good. So yeah, I guess depending on where you're at there, how much F1 you watch, it might change your opinion about it. But still, like, I feel like this is good. Even if you're not like, I don't know, I feel like even if you're a fan of F1, like you actually watch like the sport itself in real life. I'm not saying real life like this is a video game, but you get what I mean. If you actually watch the sport itself, I feel like you can still enjoy this movie. Obviously, you're gonna probably see issues with it, but you can still enjoy it. Anyways, the next thing is that the pacing of the movie itself is very good. It goes by, it ties into editing, because the editing's boom, 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 just like that. And I remember at one point when they're working on the movie, still trying to finalize it, lock in the final cut, it was like, the movie was like, pretty much like 3 hours at one point, and they cut it down. I don't know how long it is, but I mean, I could check. Let me check. How long is the movie? 2 hours and 36 minutes. I remember they kept on cutting down. It's like 2 hours 50, 2 hours like 40, I don't know, like that. Something like that. And then they got down to like 2 hours and 36 as the final cut. It goes by quick. There's literally, like, I can't even like name you any. Like, usually movies are like this length. It's still pretty long, don't get me wrong. And it was originally even longer, but yeah, it was boom, boom, boom. Like, I don't find anything in there that was like wasteful and useful. I feel like everything paid off in the end. Every scene I feel like had its purpose. It was there for a reason. And with that, the movie's still 2 hours 36 minutes, but it just flows. It literally goes by, just like how they're going down in the doing those laps. Like, you literally tell by the way I'm talking. I don't know anything about F1, but you get what I mean. Okay, everything's speedy, just like how it should be for this type of movie. So that was absolutely amazing. And then let me see what's the next thing. I guess we'll talk about the soundtrack / the score. So Hans Zimmer, you guys know him, famous composer. He worked on this. And he went absolutely crazy. The score was so good in this movie, because like I'm gonna say again, in these type of movies especially, this is another expectation of mine. Going to this movie, I want the score to be really good, the music, the soundtrack to be really good. And Hans Zimmer absolutely cooked at the score like usual. That's what he does. It was like, I heard people saying going into what it was gonna be like, and then once watching the movie, I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I like. Because I kind of like I don't know how to describe it, like, I like house music. I like techno music. It was kind of in the realm of that, and yeah, I don't know. It was really good. I liked it personally. I know it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I feel like it worked perfect for the movie. Yeah, I don't know. It was really good, and also it kind of reminded me of like the Weeknd's album, "Hurry Up Tomorrow." If you heard that, very cinematic, and I'm not that good with sounds, like musical sounds, but it also sounded like there might have been like synths in it, and I love synths. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty bad at being able to tell musical sounds. But I think there might have been synths in there. I don't know. Maybe I might be wrong about that. I'm not sure. But regardless, it was really good. It sounded cinematic, which is exactly what you wanted. And yeah, it's my type of music that I listen to personally. So for me, it worked. Like, I loved it. And on top of that, you also had the soundtrack. So if you don't know, I'm guessing Apple probably paid for it. But yeah, pretty much they shelled out a lot of money to get like a lot of like pretty big, well-known artists on the soundtrack, like a whole soundtrack, like not like like there's a lot. They got a lot of songs, like almost like a whole album worth, that are original songs that they got produced for like for this. So they got like the sync rights for this, so they can have the audio, the original audio, paired with the visuals. So some publishing stuff. Anyway, that's some music stuff. But yeah, soundtrack worked very well. I remember hearing some of the songs beforehand, and I'm like, well, these aren't the, I don't know. I feel like there's potential, but I'm like, just hearing them by themselves with the visuals, it is different. And then once I hear them, I'm like, there's potential. But then watching them with the visuals, I'm like, okay, it makes sense, huh? Because you understand the themes. And man, when you're going like that, when they're speeding, oh my god, when they're racing, oh my god, the songs work. And also in there's probably songs, there's probably types of songs that won't work for everyone. Like, who knows? Some people might just not mess with Don Toliver. Like, yeah, he's like hip hop, rap, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's not gonna work. I get it, but I feel like you can still at least respect it. For me at least, it worked. All the music in this worked, and also they had some like iconic songs as well. You saw from the trailer. But yeah, no, it was absolutely great. And I guess we'll get into the actual movie itself now. We obviously see Sonny. He's the main character, played by Brad Pitt. Sonny Hayes, that is. And pretty much, we see the movie is through. Well, kind of it's through his lens mainly. And we know that he's pretty much like, we see him at the Daytona thing, and then he's kind of just chilling, just living his life how he wants to. But I'm like, damn. And then we're trying to figure out why, and then we find out that, oh, okay, it's because he had a very traumatic thing happen to him when he was like younger, when he was racing in Formula One with like some of his legends, some of his heroes that he grew up with or that he idolized, and he was really racing against them, and he was cooking them pretty much. It's going absolutely crazy. But yeah, he had a very traumatic incident there, and that kind of put a stop to his career. Or yeah, pretty much, yeah, it messed him up. Long story short, and then fast forward now, his friend pretty much needed his help, and his friend was Ruben. That was the name, and the actor, I forget the actor's name, but he killed. Like the whole cast of this movie, actually, let me say that real quick. The whole cast of this movie was absolutely great, even down to the side characters. Everyone killed it. And that's important. There's no one here phoning it in. Brad Pitt went. I knew Brad Pitt was gonna be like this, just from the trailers, and it went even more into once I actually saw the movie today. And yeah, Brad Pitt just like usual, just charismatic as hell. Same can be said about Damson Idris. He also was amazing in this movie. Everyone was so good in this movie. But yeah, back on Brad Pitt, his character Sonny. He was. I feel the most interesting part. Well, pretty much, his friend Ruben pretty much owns he used to race with him back in the day, and then now he owns his own F1 team. I forget the name. It was like Apex something. I'm not really sure. Is that like a real life team? Let me know in the comments down below. Is that a real life like organization, team, whatever for F1? I literally don't know. But yeah, he's running it, and he's like, I need you, so I don't lose my business. Pretty much, that's what he's saying. And Sonny, he's like, I don't know about that. And then he eventually decides to show up, and then that's where the whole conflict kind of starts between who's supposed to be his teammate, Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris, and you get to see the dynamic there of this old timer and this new school kid, and how they're both just butting heads like that. And then you see it develop and change by the end of the movie where they both care about each other. Honestly, they're both friends. By the end of it, they become friends, and yeah, it works. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that, and I feel like this like now I'm thinking about like I said, the themes are kind of like the usual. Like the themes are simple, kind of the standard ones you see. But I feel like the way it's done was different, unique. So it works, and simple's not bad. Like the story worked. It was very good. But yeah, we see them butting heads because the Brad Pitt's character Sonny, he's just there pretty much just to, it's just his philosophy is different than Joshua Pierce's. Joshua Pierce, young kid, he's a rookie in his rookie season, and he's just at the beginning he was just there for the fame kind of. He put everything else ahead of actually his job itself, which was to race. Be the best driver possible. He was putting the fame, popularity, whatever you want to call it, all that other stuff, social media, like everything else. Meanwhile, Brad Pitt's character Sonny, he was all about becoming number one. He doesn't care anything else what people think. He's like, whatever, people are gonna say whatever. You can't think about that type of stuff. I'm just gonna do me. I'm gonna do the best I can. And a lot of it stems from the fact that he couldn't do that back when he was younger because the whole accident. So that held him back. Otherwise, he would have been one of the goats, right? So he kind of had a chip on his shoulder there, and I guess kind of unheard of because he's so old. Usually, this is for younger people to try to do, especially like that's what it was. So there's a lot of layers to it. I feel like it made it interesting. But yeah, and I guess another thing was if he doesn't do this, like a lot of pressure were on Joshua and Sonny because both of them had to literally they had to figure it out so that their team literally didn't go down. The whole organization was gonna go down. Okay, it was gonna be new ownership. Most likely those people are gonna lose their jobs because usually when new ownership comes in, they clear house. And yeah, it was gonna be like that. And I guess another part of it was we'll talk about the business side. I feel like they did a very good job at showing what actually goes on in ownership, I guess. Because it's not all like sunshine and rainbows, especially when you're trying to start from the bottom and then make it to the top. Like, it's a grind, and there's a lot of challenges going on. You even have your own people in your organization that are trying to snake you, such as, let's talk about that bum investor. That guy, he was pretty much trying to be slick. He was pretty much just sending in fraudulent documents, and it was like inside information. That guy was just forging stuff. Long story short, that guy was being absolute bummed because he wanted to get ownership, and he's like, because he knew that the current owner, who was Ruben, Sonny's friend, if he didn't win by the end of the season, ownership would go to that guy, that investor. So he's trying to be slick there, just making up stuff and just trying to screw them over so that he could become the new owner. But guess what? And that didn't happen. That's right, the bum got it. This guy was, I don't know, the character's very well written because even though I absolutely despise him. I absolutely despise that guy. I absolutely despise him. Just an absolute bum. But it shows you that's how it is. You got people like that. And this guy, that's what it showed. And this guy's face was priceless when he found out that Sonny just freaking declined his offer, bro. This guy's trying to be slick. He's like, yeah, I'll give you this, but yeah, your friend's gonna be I'm gonna give you this offer so you can be a part of the organization and stuff. But yeah, your friend who's the owner, he's just gonna be gone. We're gonna shove him out of here. Blood really thought that he was gonna take that deal. Are you kidding me? Karma got him in the end. This freaking bum. He got what he deserved, and it was glorious to see. What else? I guess another part was just. I guess it goes back to the philosophy, the dynamic between Sonny and Joshua, which was that I don't know, even for Joshua, he wasn't even working as hard as he could have or should have at least, because then he saw Sonny working hard and then he started getting motivated by him. So it was a good thing there. But Brad Pitt, or not Brad Pitt, well, his character Sonny was more about working smarter, and he worked hard too. But a lot of it was working just smarter, such as using his environment, when using the train and all the races you see them do. He's literally using the environment to his advantage, such as the wheels, changing his wheels for certain times. When they had the what was it? I know they had different plans, but the plan C was combat and stuff. Just being very smart, using everything to your advantage. And I know people frown upon usually when you hear penalty, you're like, oh damn, that's bad, right? But you can actually use it to your advantage, such as I'll give you an example. In the movie, he would pretty much just purposely get penalties, so that the safety things can come out, and then you can kind of finesse it. Pretty much, he knew he could finesse it, and I guess because I'm not really that heavy in F1, so I can't really explain it properly. But example would be in the NBA when a team's up by 2, or by 2 or 3 points, and then they intentionally foul the other team, right? Instead of just letting them take up the ball and take a shot, because in that way they could just lose, and another team, and then they get possession back, and they could win. The time runs out, kind of like that. So it's kind of being smarter, knowing the rules, and just pretty much exploiting the rules. That's what I'm trying to say. Exploiting the rules. It's all about knowledge, man. Just being big brain, and that comes with experience. which is something that Joshua lacked because he was in his rookie season. And he I was thinking in the beginning, I'm like, damn, Joshua's cocky and arrogant. And Brad Pitt said that too. I'm like, there it is. But I guess you all say about Sonny, he's kind of hard headed in the sense that he does. Yeah, he's like it. It is kind of true. Joshua said it. He's kind of like, yeah, Sonny's kind of like it's either my way or the highway kind of type thing. Like, we're gonna do it my way or not, because he would always just do his own thing. He wouldn't listen to anyone. He literally has a listening problem. He just doesn't listen. And yeah, but he knows what he's doing. That's the thing. So it works out because he knows what he's doing. And even like going back to the investor thing, the investor thought, he's like, oh yeah, me and the boards let you on because we thought you were just gonna, help us lose, and then that could put me back. That could put me into the ownership role. I'm like, yo, this guy's a menace. This investor's a menace. Absolute menace. And then also you see in the movie that there is obviously the trauma with Sonny, but then you also see with Damson's character, Joshua. He has a whole incident where finally him and Sonny are finally kind of like clicking, and you're like, okay, they're about to win this, or they're about to get a good placement, like first, second place, and then guess what happens? It's like a sharp turn, and then and literally, Sonny's like, don't do it. He says to Joshua, he's like, don't do it. I'm like telling you, go, like, don't do it. And then he does it, and yeah, he literally goes, the vehicle goes flying like crazy, goes off thing into the air, like high up, it's twirling, and then it hits the ground, explodes. And it's like, I'm like, holy moly. Like, I can say, like, yeah, it's not that realistic, whatever. Like, I get it, but still, it's entertaining. That's the whole point. And I don't feel like I don't know anything about F1, like I said, but I don't feel like it's the craziest thing. But yeah, you see that, and it was absolutely kind of like, damn. There's a few times where like, there's a few times in the movie where I got like teared. I'm like, damn, this is sad, because you keep on, when you think you're finally getting it, you can taste like as a life lesson, when you finally think you're starting to get on track, finally starting like succeed, get like a maybe like a few wins going, a little bit of momentum, boom, you just get hit right there in the face by life. And then yeah, that's kind of what happened. And then Brad Pitt, he's like, forget this, man, forget this race, I'm getting my teammate out. He literally runs out, sprints out, gets out of his vehicle, and then he literally sprints for, gets him out, saves him. I'm like, damn, this is trad. And if you connect it, you can see why. Because remember how he got hurt early on in his career when he's young? So he probably saw, in some ways, you see how he saw himself, probably, Joshua. And also Joshua later on realizes, like, oh shoot, this guy, Joshua realized that his teammate Sonny, he's like, he's been through stuff, especially that whole incident, and then he kind of gets a better understanding of him. And especially when his mom's yelling at Sonny. I don't know, he slowly, especially, I feel like that was a turning point, like the whole incident where he got hurt, where Joshua got hurt, that was a turning point to where he started becoming a little bit more fonder of Sonny. But I feel like the thing that really helped him the most, oh, and then also Sonny got hurt as well later on. So I guess that happened as well. Yeah, the thing that really helped, what was I gonna say? Yeah, that meeting where they both got invited to the special, like the meeting, and as turned out, it was, what was her name? I forget her name. It was just Kate, and it's pretty much just like a bonding type strategy thing between the two, so they can get on the same page. And yeah, just absolute great scene. That's all I can really say. What else was there? I guess, yeah, like I said, in the Las Vegas race, circuit, whatever you want to call it, that's where Brad Pitt, Sonny, his character, gets like in an incident, he gets hurt there. And then you find out, then he's hospitalized, and then you find out that, his injury from 30 years ago was way worse than it was, I guess, being reported or like publicly known as. And then his friend Ruben, who's the owner, he's like, you gotta go out. And right there, you also see that Joshua, he's coming in, or he had a present in his hand, and he realizes, oh shoot, he just gets mad. He's like, damn. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh man, it's not. He's upset as well. He's like, god damn it, because his dream was really getting of like winning, right? Getting number one, win championship, being the best in the world, and that got stopped. And then right there again, he's getting stopped again. because of kind of like similar reasons. And then also all the people are going to lose their jobs. So it's a lot of pressure, a lot of stakes there. And he finds a way to finesse it. So like I said, later on he finds out the investor was behind it all. And then he also, he kind of comes back through that, because bro, you can't finesse the finesser. That's all I'm gonna say. You can't finesse the finesser. He comes back and then he's like, I got my lawyers. He's A1 lawyers, and they clutched up, and that's about it. And also the bum investor got his karma. That's all I'm gonna say. What else was there? And the final race, oh man, it was great. Very intense, but it was great. We knew it was going to end up with him winning, but leading up to it, especially, I think it was very intense throughout. But even I think it really like the best. I guess it peaked kind of like near the end where he had the whole safety thing. He had the whole safety thing, and then he got the new tires on, and then everyone like got like a 5-minute break kind of type thing. But he was able to pretty much just barely get his F1 Formula 1 vehicle, car, whatever you want to call it, like back to the box so they can get repaired. It was just, bro, it was barely, you saw the wheels, you saw the whole body of the thing. It was done. But he finessed it. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's just knowledge. It's big, bro. The way that my best comparison to Sonny, like the way his character is, like, especially in terms of like actually in the sport when he's racing, it's kind of like in basketball terms, like Chris Paul. That's the best way of describing it. It's very high IQ in the game, and even in general. Just that's my best comparison. I feel like if you know, But that's what I felt like. But yeah, he finessed it, and then that final stretch, the last, was it 3 laps? I think because they're on like 50, it paused at lap 55, and then they had 3 more, and then he was trying to help get Joshua the win, but then things happened there, and then Sonny, he had to step up again. He was ready to give the win to Joshua, but yeah, things happened there, and it is poetic because they're both like going against Lewis. They're trying to overtake him and stuff. That whole sequence was great, and you see it. Brad Pitt's character Sonny, he was talking about that mode earlier as well in the movie, where he's like, I'm just dialed in, like he can't like feel anything else. It's like it's what is it, like euphoric? I guess that's the best word, kind of. Bro, he's like dialed in, but it's not out of like rage how we saw earlier in the movie where he got angry and then it kind of led to the whole incident, the accident, like thing that happened, injury, like hospitalized, like that. But he's finally like locked in. He feels like kind of like free, I guess, in a way. Everything's like clicking, and he's just like, bro, he's just locked in, and he won the race like that. Absolutely great. And then I'm like, I was getting teary-eyed at the ending too when they won. I'm like, let's go. Like we know it's building up to this, and then it finally happens. Like, oh my god, and everyone's so hyped. And then you see, especially the fireworks, it's a whole spectacle. Just everything about the filmography, man, everything just at the end came together, especially at the end, and it was just beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. Yeah. And then you see them do the trophy thing, and in literally, bro, in just Sonny type of, bro, just a Sonny type way. Literally, he's like, nah, give the trophy to Ruben. Nonchalant type guy, and then he just dips, literally just leaves, and he says like, oh, I'll see you later, Kate, and whatever, and then he just leaves, and then he goes doing like, I don't know what to call it, but it's like I don't know what to call it, but it's like monster trucks type thing in the desert, and that's kind of like, he's like, I guess the takeaway from that was like, he accomplished his goal. He did what he wanted to do after like 3 decades, whatever it was. And now he has a new thing. So that he can feel the euphoric moment again. Build up to that. Kind of. He just went back to living the life he was before. And you can see a lot of stuff happened in his life in those 3 decades. Like there was mentioning, the one reporter's being an absolute just bum as well. But eventually, I feel like it all paid off in the end. It just felt so good. The ending just stuck, bro. It just stuck. It stuck the landing. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. I don't know. And yeah, like I said, by the end, Joshua Pierce, him and Sonny are just, right, they're I feel like, yeah, when he got out of his vehicle, when Sonny did, and then he's just, bro, when you see him and Joshua just like embracing, man, that was beautiful. That was great. That was a great moment. Wholesome. That's what it's all about, man. Underdog type story, honestly. And they did it. And then yeah, the investor, he's out of there. That other person, that woman, I think she's probably like another investor as well, or maybe she's on the board. She's like, oh, well, that means Ruben now gets another 3 years. And then the dude's like, oh, yo. Hilarious. Yeah, man, it's just a feel-good movie. Honestly, that's the best way of describing it. It's such a feel-good movie. I loved it. Just the cinematography. Oh my god, man. So good. So good. Just based off of that, like, it's just great. It's absolutely great. What else was there? Yeah, I think that's about it. That covers it. But even like for the side characters, I'd say, they all had a story. Even with Jodie, she was messing up, but then they're like, it's okay. Like Brad Pitt's character, son, he's like, it's okay, and she improves as well. And you see the whole team getting like they're building like a relationship. Everyone's getting just better, and yeah, it helped them improve actually, like in the like in F1 itself. Just them building a relationship, everyone getting comfortable with one another, doing those runs, especially those like team exercises, that helped them when they were actually doing the races, because when they got better, they were more confident with each other. Everyone knew how to do everything. It just helped. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like like the side characters are great. There's three in particular, and then the other person who's like the leader of like the boss people. I think like when they repair it, even him, I feel like he had a significance as well. And I feel like I'm missing another person, maybe. But yeah, no, this movie was great. This movie was great, honestly, and just the way they show the organization as well, like the whole analytics type with Kate, how she's like changing like the dynamics or whatever of like the vehicle. I don't know. This is cool stuff. It's just very cool. Like yeah, definitely dad movie of the summer. It's great though. But like Brad Pitt and Damson Idris especially, they were fantastic in this movie. They were so good. Like I said, charismatic, especially Brad Pitt. And yeah, I don't know. I was kind of sad that it ended. I'm like, damn, it's really good though. But yeah, bro, this has been like a 30-minute long video. Anyways, let me know what you think down below about this, what you thought about F1, if you've seen it, if you're gonna go watch it. And yeah, thanks for watching. This movie is absolutely amazing. And peace.